Hello echocardiography nerds, we'll talk today about EACVI exams. First of all, what are the EACVI exams? Eligibility criteria, what are the fees, exam details, how to apply, and what are the resources we need to study before the exams. First of all, we will talk about the EACVI exams. What is EACVI? EACVI is the European Association of Cardiovascular Imaging, which provides the foremost individual certification and laboratory accreditation programs for professional excellence in Europe. So you can get the certification for yourself, and you can get accreditation for your lab if there are multiple personnel certified in single lab. You may apply for the accreditation for your department or for your imaging department from this unique scientific society. The certification available from this European society, which is considered the highest European society in imaging, are available in echocardiography and in cardiovascular magnetic resonance, in nuclear cardiology, and in cardiac CT. Regarding echocardiography, which we are talking about today, there are 3 available exams in echocardiography. You can apply to each one or the 3 if you want. For me, I applied for the adult transthoracic echocardiography. There is also a transesophageal echocardiography certification, and the last one is the congenital heart disease for pediatric sonographers exam. So there are 3 exams available in echocardiography alone. Mutual recognition, this is from the website of the EACVI. They are stating that if you are a member in the British Society of Echocardiography or the Austrian Working Group of Echocardiography or the Croatian Cardiac Society, you can apply only for half of the exam, and you will be fully accredited after you pass half of the exam, because you don't have to submit a logbook if you are a member in one of those societies. Eligibility, who can apply for this certification? You can apply for it if you are a healthcare professional. You can apply for it if you are a doctor. You can apply for it if you are a sonographer. It doesn't matter. All healthcare professionals involved in transthoracic echo can apply for this exam. Website, I will leave the website in the description below the video. This is the website. If you notice here, you have to sign up for an ESC account first, European Society of Cardiology account. This account is very simple to sign up by using your email and providing your personal data. After you sign up, you have to activate your account and then sign in so that you can apply for the exam and you can pay the fees. So we'll talk about the exam format. What is the exam format? The exam is 2 parts. The first part, which is the exam, and it's intended to test the theoretical knowledge of the candidate. And the second part is the practical part, or the logbook, and this would demonstrate the training, the skills, the experience of the candidate. So you have to pass both parts so you can be fully accredited and fully certified. If you pass the exam and you don't submit your logbook in your time frame, you will have to re-enter the exam. So you have to pass both parts together. Regarding the exam, the EACVI transthoracic examination is a multiple choice examination. All questions are MCQ, are multiple choice, and all are in English. The exam consists of 125 questions divided into 2 parts. The first part is supporting, which is 50 questions on transthoracic echo case with splayed echoes. So you will watch the video and you will be given multiple choice about reporting of this case that you watched its clip. You can rewatch the clip many times, you can slow it, you can speed it up. Those options are all available in the software that you will be test that you will be taking your test upon. So don't worry about this, but after you watch the video, you will have to choose the correct report. Is this he would show you for example a case of rheumatic mitral stenosis, and he will give you multiple questions, multiple choices, like is this myxomatous mitral valve prolapse, is this congenital parachute mitral, is this rheumatic. You will have to choose, and this is the first part, which is about reporting, about your ability to recognize the cases from 2D or from Doppler questions. The second part is a theoretical question, and this first part you will be given 1 hour and a half. After you finish your 50 questions on reporting, you will be given only 10 minutes break, and you have to enter the second part immediately after those 10 minutes. The second part is a bit longer part, which is 75 theoretical questions in echocardiography, and he will give you 1 hour and 50 minutes for this part. So what are the requirements? What are the costs? Before paying, candidates have to complete a questionnaire where they must declare the name of their supervisor. Take care when you apply for the fees, when you apply for the exam, you will be asked to state the name of the supervisor and his email. So you have to prepare who would supervise your logbook, who would supervise your 250 cases, and you will have to submit a valid email to this supervisor. And very important, the supervisor does not need to be an EACVI certified. We will talk about more about the supervisor who can supervise you, so that the European Society can give you the accreditation. Regarding the courses from the website also, he is giving you an offer to be first a member of the EACVI Society. He is called this membership as Silver membership, and you will pay only 156 euros to be a silver member. And if you are below the age of 40 or still in training, like residence or in eco training, stenographer in training, you can apply for half of the fees, which is 78 euros. After you get this silver membership, he will automatically lower your fees for the exam, for the registration, from 660 to 432 euros. So this is a good offer, because if you are not an EACVI silver member, you will pay the whole package, which would be 660, and you will not get the advantages of the silver member. The silver member give you an access to the EACVI resources, online resources, for about 1 year. So I applied for the EACVI Silver membership, and I paid 78 euros because I am still under 40. And then I applied for the exam and paid 432 euros. So the total cost would be around 510 euros. Exam date and delivery. The exam is completely online, and the exam is delivered twice a year. One at summer and one winter, usually in June and in November. The exact timing and date of the exam is declared on the website. And the exam is totally online using a platform which is called ProctorU. This is a website, and you have to download a specific internet browser, which is called Guardian browser. This provides the candidate with the safety and convenience of an online platform while retaining the integrity and quality of an on-site supervised exam. The online format of the EACVI Transthoracic exam is accessible anywhere in the world, taken on the candidate's advice, computer only, and monitored by a human proctor online through ProctorU. So there will be someone supervising you during the exam. He will watch you all the duration of the exam. He will ask to show him through your laptop camera the surroundings, that you don't have any mobile phones, cell phones. There is no one else in the room. There is no papers around you or books. So there is no room for cheating in this exam. Only after you pass the exam, you will have the access to the online logbook. This is on the website. And note that knowledge submissions will be accepted, because from the date of your passing the exam, for example, I took the exam in November, and the result was in January. So from January to 2025 to January 2026, this will be the valid time for me to apply for the logbook, no more than this. So I have to prepare my cases and submit them in this time frame. As I said, this is accessible only to successful candidates, and only after they pass the written exam. What are the components of the logbook? 3 components: signed supervisor letter documenting the training and the review of studies undertaken by the candidate, logbook of 250 cases assessed and signed by the candidate supervisor, and this logbook, he would ask for the diagnosis of these cases, but a full reporting and full video clips and images of the study will have to be submitted. 6 full cases in addition to the diagnosis of 250. So this is very important that you submit 6 full cases, different cases. What are the resources that the website and the EACVI community recommend? They are not recommending a single source. There is no single source from which all questions are developed, but they are encouraging you to read widely, including those books. I don't know why they are putting very old editions for these books, but this website, Principles and Practice of Echocardiography, 1994, Feinbaum Echocardiography, 1994 also, the Practice of Clinical Echocardiography, 2012. The supervisor, there is no specific requirement to be a supervisor of the EACVI Transthoracic logbook. Supervisor does not need to be EACVI Transthoracic Echo certified. This is very important. And the candidate does not need to upload any documentation regarding the supervisor qualification. My personal experience about this exam, I studied for this exam for about 6 months. I was studying some days, not every day, and the average study hours was 2 hours per day at my studying days. So it would be very enough 6 months only if you are practicing echo. I don't speak about one preparing for this exam from scratch. He does not know anything about echo. He does not practice echo. 6 months definitely won't be enough. But I'm talking about you if you are practicing echo, if you working at hospital already, you can refine your informations and prepare for the exam to guarantee that you succeed from the first time. Only in 6 months, average 1 to 2 hours, 3 to 4 days per week. I depend on mainly on the EACVI handbook in my readings, because I read a lot of books before, so I focused on the EACVI handbook. And I tried MCQ banks from different books, because the website does not offer a tutorial or similar exam. I had to search for MCQ books, and I read a lot of them, and I will recommend you the best two books to study before the exam. This book, which I stated before, is the EACVI Eco Handbook. It's very important to read. You read this book, all chapters from this book, except the chapter of transesophageal echo, because I was entering adult transthoracic echo, so I didn't read the transesophageal echo. And this book is very beautiful book. This book I was reading during my cardiology residency, and I referred to some chapters during my preparation for the exam again from this book, the Washington Manual of Echocardiography. Very beautiful, very informative book and precise book, and I strongly recommend this book for every sonographer and every cardiology resident. Even if you are not taking the exam, this will help you very much in your daily practice and in your medical life. The last book was the American Society of Echocardiography Comprehensive Echocardiography. This is a very big textbook. I don't recommend you to read the whole textbook, because there is no time for such thing. Even in 1 year, it won't be enough, because it's very comprehensive. It's very detailed, and it needs a lot of hours of focusing. But I recommend it if you are not understanding, if you don't understand some topics, you can refer to this textbook for further reading. And I referred for this textbook for further reading in prosthetic valves, in mitral regurg, in aortic stenosis, and infiltrative diseases. So it was very helpful for me, and I recommend this as a principal reference for any topic you don't understand, or if you need more information about this topic. Regarding the MCQ, this is a very beautiful book, which is called the Clinical Echocardiography Review, a self-assessment tool. And I discovered that this book MCQ questions are very similar to the actual exam. I didn't know this tip before, but I can tell you this after I entered the exam. This book MCQ are very simple and very direct, like the exam, very similar to the exam, and they provide very clear answers provided with images, and it's very good and very detailed in many topics. So I recommend you buy this book and read it from day one. Don't start reading questions after you finish the handbook or finish studying. No, start questions and start reading the assessment tools from day one. The last book was Questions, Tricks, and Tips for the Echocardiography Boards, and this book is a more sophisticated book. Unfortunately, I read this book a lot before the exam, because I didn't know what was the level of the questions before. As I stated before, they don't provide you with tutorials, so I assumed that the exam would be very difficult, and this book is very advanced book. It would help you if you are applying for echocardiography boards, because the exams of the boards are more difficult than the EACVI exam. The other problem with this book is that it's very long. He explains the whole topic in the answers, so he depends on illustrating the topic through questions and answers. And as I mentioned before, there are another books you have to study. So many books. You won't yeah, we won't be able to study many books in your narrow time frame of 6 months or even 1 year. So I recommend the previous one, and if you have more time you can read also from this book, which is good but more advanced. And the last recommendation absolutely would be our group, echocardiography nurse group, and your group, because on this group till now I have uploaded more than 170 cases, and I can tell you, if you watch the 170 cases and you read the comments and you read the right answer, you will get more than half of the cases of the exam, because for me I can tell you that there was more than 30 cases in the exam, similar, very similar to the cases on the group. So you have to read a lot, you have to watch a lot of cases, you have to study hard, and we will try in the next few weeks and in the near future to prepare some courses for you eco-nerds, inshallah, and see you soon. Thank you very much.